Step into the magic realm tonight. Leave your worries at the door, it's light. Every quest is here to guide your flight. In a ride where we'll all unite. Welcome to the show, come have some fun. Leave it all behind, watch the pixels run. Press start and let your journey begin. Nora's secrets waiting to be seen. Grab your gear and pack a smile or two. Dragons and quests await you. Chat and cheer, our community's true. Together in this dream we'll break through. Welcome to the show, come have some fun. Leave it all behind, watch the pixels run. Press start and let your journey begin. Nora's secrets waiting to be seen. You see, you see. Every quest calling heroes far and wide. Escape the grind, let your spirit ride. Here we laugh and conquer side by side. In this virtual land we'll all confide. Welcome to the show, come have some fun. Leave it all behind, watch the pixels run. Press start and let your journey begin. Nora's secrets waiting to be seen. Welcome to the show, come have some fun. Leave it all behind, watch the pixels run. Press start and let your journey begin. Nora's secrets waiting to be seen. Be seen. Be seen. You seen. Be seen.
Hey everybody, today we're going to be doing the racial quest, the history of quest. You can find all of these books to start these quests, often called book quest or tome quest. You can find them all in the Mage Tower in a major city, which would be Freeport or Kinos. There will be a person who sells the books, and you basically just read them and then it tells you where to go. Before we do that, though, I'd like to do my daily objectives just to get them off my screen. You can see them right here. You can also see that we've got our checklist queued off. This is the first third, probably, of them. A couple of them, like the dwarves, I'm not even sure we can get them done. We have to go into Kinos for one of the updates for the dwarves, and we betrayed. So they wouldn't be too happy to see us come in there, but we'll see. Maybe it's something where we can just pop in and get the update. I don't even care if I get killed trying to get it, as long as I get the update. But first things first, I need to slay 2 boss creatures. I believe I'll do that. And then possibly trying to get to the 2 boss creatures, I might get 25 creatures. Trying to figure out the best place to do that. And I'm thinking maybe we'll try the Wailing Caves. Let's see what everything cons there. I don't really care what I kill. I just want there to be the opportunity for a lot of bosses so that I can get those out of the way. And then we'll get right to work on the the history of quests. There's a lot of them. All right, let's do that. We'll go to Common Lands. There we go, Wailing Caves. We did the Wailing Caves quest series the other day, and we got them all done. Not really a series of quests, but it was the theme of the. It was the theme of the. Those guys are gray, so that might not be a good sign. If this fails, we'll just jump to Fallen Gate. We'll get the names in there. But who knows? I know this stuff is 15, but I don't know later on at higher levels if there's a less than a 10 level difference between you and the mob, then you'll get credit for the kills. They'll be green at least. But at the lower levels, it's not a gap of 10 levels. And let's go ahead and plain. I like the iridescent ones. Okay, so these are gray, and these are 13. So they're only 7 levels different than us. Okay, well, we have our answer now. 6 level difference. At level 20, something could be 6 levels below you for you to get credit for it. First place I want to check is inside of this opening and see if the spider is in there. The name spider is in there. Soul spiked. So again, we need credit for 25 kills to get our daily loyalty quest done. I finished up down in the lower level of the sewers off camera. I had 3 left. There was a lot of camping and waiting, and it was mostly dead time, so there wasn't any reason to, other than to document it, there wasn't any reason to record any of that. But it was great to get it done. One of the last things I needed, because I finished on one of the book quests, and I had to get these onlookers. And the onlookers were taking forever to spawn because they were sharing on. There's our first name. Let's hopefully he counts as a boss. We'll find out here. Yep, that did count as a boss. So one thing when you're really low like this, level 20 especially, if you are level locking at level 20, your ability to research your spells opens up. And you only need 18 hours to upgrade a spell. So if you have I should be this level for quite a while. I'll probably be able to get most of my spells to Grandmaster, maybe even Ancient, without paying because you can do it takes less than a day to upgrade them. So all right, that guy had a name, but he was not a boss creature, which I thought that was my recollection. They don't always count as a boss, even if they have a name, if they're involved in a quest, advancing a quest. So you know what? I still haven't gotten the, what's he called? The armor smith down here. So we'll give that a shot, see if the armor smith is around. Who doesn't want some Rescout goggles? Level 1s. Yeah, I think we'll just leave the chest here. Don't want to fill my bags up. They're pretty empty right now, actually. Impressive, hey? That was some of my off. So I got all of the rewards. When you do the tome quests, when you finish them, you get a house item. And it's either a book or a stack of books. So there we got my 330th AA. So another fun part of level locking is you can watch your AAs go up. And they make you a little bit stronger, so it just gets a little bit easier as you go to do things at your level, even if they're heroic. One of the things that, because you have so many AA points, but one of the things that may challenge you is if you get to close to the end of a tier. So when I'm at level 10, I get level 10 gear, or level 12, I get level 12 gear, but then by the time I get to level 19, that gear is getting pretty old. You know, outdated for the stuff that I'm fighting. So since I'm at level 20 right now, and I'm wearing the level 20 crafted master crafted fabled gear from my apprentices, it makes things a little bit easier. And then we're going to multiply that, because our AA points are well above where they normally would be at this adventure level, and then multiply to that the fact that we can go into our skills here and then go to the upgrades tab, and you can pick one to start working on. Even though it says start researching, it's actually working on this one right now. So I had it as a master, and then it's working toward Grandmaster at the moment. It's 50, basically 50 cents to upgrade it. I'm not interested in that because I don't need to. Like it's not gonna give me a big advantage if I do. My biggest concern right now is, can I get into Kinos and do my quest? I'm not high enough. Ooh, there's the weaponsmith. That's what he is. He's not an armor. He's a weaponsmith. I don't believe when his name comes up, we want to see if there is a star by it, and we'll know if we've gotten credit for killing him yet. So let's target him. There we go. There's the star right there. So that means we did not get credit for killing him for our AA points. The Brothers Basher. What does that look like? Look at the blade of that. That's not a knife. Now the loyalty points that pop up. If you're a beginning player and you're paying and you do those, you only need 5, I believe. And then you get a pouch. You can go to your loyalty vendor and get a pouch that has 500 platinum in it. And that'll get you a good start into the game. You can get some of you can get a mount then. If you didn't have a mount, let's say you're just starting from scratch, you don't have a mount, anything, you're poor, right? You go to the broker, you look there, you look, I can't afford anything. Everything's $1 million or so or more plat. Then what you can do is, rather than trying to kill mobs and get a silver or a copper at a time until you get enough to buy a mount, you just go to the loyalty vendor, look for that pouch of platinum, and then because it'll only take you a couple days of doing loyalty quest in order to pay for the pouch of platinum. So I'm thinking maybe within before your first week was over, you could have 500 platinum. Then you could get a mount and move on. There are also quests that give you mounts if you didn't want to do that. All right. What we're going to do then is we're just going to start with Airedale, and I've hot linked books here. They're in my inventory right here, and then I've hot linked the ones in my inventory here. So this will be the first one right here. 3-part history of the Airedale. These pages cannot be completed at one time, but must be gained through valor and experience, or running around and going to places. Now, when I get to level 3 of these books, there will be level 30 areas that I'll probably be in. I'm thinking I can just fly and then maybe drop in, but unless it's a dungeon, let's just see how it goes. Each part of this history tome can only be completed in its own time. All right, so this one's gray, unfortunately. This tome covers several periods of half-elf history and is a written version of a fireside tale. My name is Trini. Oh boy, this is going to be a day of me trying to pronounce stuff that I don't know. Melosius. I am a half-elf. I guess that's why my teacher asked me to write a research paper about our history. As if we have a history of our own. But since I need to pass this class, I guess I'll write one. All right. So, you're walking around Kinos, or maybe even Freeport. I live in Willowwood, so I just have to guess about you-know-where. And you see someone who has a pointy ears, like an elf, is taller than an elf, but not so tall as a human. And what have you got? Airedale. I need to visit Glade of the Coven. Glade of the Coven will be in Antonica, way on the backside, near, I believe it's going to be near Windstalker. It might be like, not there, maybe here. No. Here. I'm going to come down here and just see if it's... All right, there it is. So we're going to have to go from there over the farmer's fields to get to it. I didn't really check my volume this morning. Hopefully my mic is registering. I watched a VOD from a couple days ago, and boy, I had that game way too loud. Way too loud. So today the game is relatively quiet. Yeah, I believe it's right in there. The Glade of the Coven is right in that woods right there. See how it goes. If I have to land, if I can just fly near it, like, can I just fly over it and it'll update? Or do I have to touch down? I did not have to touch down. Glade of the Coven. But it looks like I'm going to have to touch down to read the book. I'm trying to find a place to touch down. Okay, here we go. Read the book. Okay. That. And we read that. In my opinion, which doesn't necessarily reflect the view of my teacher, half-elves are gorgeous. With our pointy ears and great complexions. I mean, high elves look kind of scrawny next to one of us, don't they? They're ethereal-like. It's kind of creepy. All right, where do they got us going now? They got us going to the crossroads. which in common lands. And the spires are the closest thing to the crossroads. As mentioned yesterday, the supply of Diadu is dwindling, and I hold in my hand the final can of Diadu. And actually, it's the final half can, unfortunately. The first half went... and I tried to buffer it. I tried to buffer it by enjoying a delicious Diet Red Bull. It didn't work. It didn't take. And so when I tore into that, I mean, you know, when your Diet Dew is so cold that crystals are starting to form inside the can, that's living right there. And unfortunately, it was some unbridled fervor with which I consumed. Here's the crossroads, and now it's time to read the book again. Obviously, we're called half-elves because half our blood is elvish. What makes the other half? Human. Now, I don't know that there's any half-elf that's like half-elf and half-dwarf, so it's always half-human. Why don't they call us half-human? I don't know. They want us to go to Turmoil Cemetery. Turmoil Cemetery is here. No. Is that in Antonica? No. Turmoil Cemetery is in Thundering Steps. Turmoil Cemetery is way in the back side of Thundering Steps. Oh, never mind. I cheated and I looked and it's right here. So, but the question is, what is the name of that cemetery in the backside of Thundering Steps where you have that Smooth Mane quest giver guy? What is the name of that cemetery? I know there's some heroic hawk flying around there. And that early levels in there, that dude is... he's business. He's strong like bull. Here's Turmoil Cemetery. Not much turmoil going on now that it's gray to me. A lost soul. That's a quest update for something. I always want to... whenever I'm in these, which I'm not in these little tiny... there's two of them here, I think. These little cemeteries, I always want to find the shiny because I've noticed that higher than usual chance to get a cracked bone, and those are rare. I got the Common Lands shrub leaf, which I didn't need. All right, I'm going to read the book, and then I believe that should finish up part 1 of the history of. This was the last one. Actually, I do not know. Half human is an insult, which makes me wonder, is half elf supposed to be an insult too? That would be pretty rotten, don't you think? Anyway, back to our history. So, an elf and a human fell in love, and their baby turned out to be one of us. There, that was the end of her. I visited several sites, pondering their meaning, reading more of this tome along the way. Soon I shall have enough experience to consider part 2. So we've completed a quest. Let's get our celebration going here.
You just finished a quest.
Here's to me.
Yeah. Raise your sword up in the air. Claim your loot and take a rest. In EverQuest, you are the best.
I appreciate that. Back to our book. Let's go ahead and continue our story and read story number 2. So now we have that option. Now this one's at level, so I'm assuming even though it'll be over our level that we will be able to still attempt part 3, but we'll see what happens. Mostly half-elves are the offspring of humans and fair doll. That's because wood elves are really the nicest of the bunch and don't mind talking to other folks. My best friend, Dariana, is a wood elf. She's like a sister to me. Say, I wonder if she really is my sister. That would be great. So, if a half-elf marries a half-elf and they have a child, is that child a quarter elf? If a half-elf marries a full elf, probably a Ferdal, and they're the nicest. Is their baby a 3/4 elf? Could my descendants, if I have any, marry elves enough to eventually turn back into full elves? Thinking about all that kind of stuff makes my head hurt. Your teacher's head will hurt too when she's reading it, thinking, where's the report? It's just a bunch of random questions. The grave pool. Now, grave pool is definitely in Thundering Steps, and it's on the backside by one of those. So we're gonna just it's in Thundering Steps, and it's back. It's one of these, like, I wish I would get it at first try. Is it this thing here? Yeah, it's going to be... The problem is the icons are so close together, I can't... That's it right there, isn't it? Dead River Basin. I mean, that's by the grave pool, right? No, that's by the docks. I was thinking the grave pool was more back in this thing, but I'm not getting the location of it. I'm just getting... All right, we're going to go. Not the common lands I need. Let's go to the Thundering Steps. Dock is our... I'll take this one. We are. I think that is what I was trying to hover over. This is actually a pretty good quiz, isn't it? Like, you have to... Do you know where these places are? If anybody is watching the VOD of this later on, challenge yourself when you hear the location. Figure out if you know where it is before I either hover over it or put in the waypoint. There will be some duplication. There will be places where you would think, well, why didn't you just do both of these at the same time? Like the humans and another one start in the same exact spot. It's just so complicated. All right, there's a grave pool. So let's go ahead and read the book here and get our part 2. Nope, I must be flying still. Am I sitting now? No. Cannot read a book while you're flying. Good safety. I don't mind telling you that I can't stand those snooty Koadal. I just read stuff fast if I don't think I can pronounce it. Who do they think they are anyway? I mean, half elves are elves too, sort of. They talk down to us. And I'm sure they're told in Freeport about their half-elves. I'm sure the Teardal do in Freeport about their half-elves. But think about it. We're children of love. I think most children are children of love. Just saying. Coldwind Point. Coldwind Point is in Tonic. I believe it's right there where you, right above the dock by the lighthouse right above the dock. Okay. Read the book. Reading story number 2. No, someone's giving me a rose. I'm not interested in a rose, but you get your quest done. The only elves who are actually decent to us are the Fairdal. So, when their homes were all torn up and Skeleton was destroyed, who took them in? Eredal. Those lightweight Coadal couldn't be bothered, of course. The snobs. Humans, which are the other half of the half-elf, have usually treated us fairly. You might run into one or two of those types that don't hold with mixed marriages. But I have to say again, we're the children of love. You just tell yourself that. Missy. Ooh, look at what we have here. This is a scrying circle, these little rainbows. And if you stop by on the banks of Thundering Steps, there is somebody who sells the stones. They look like the dusty blue stone for that heritage quest, if you know that one. And the scrying stones, you just go inside of one of these glowing areas, you examine the stone, and it's basically a lottery. You're going to get 3 reactions. You're going to get different brilliances and different colors. And depending on how they line up, you can end up in trouble. Now, the reason that I do them is that they do drop quests. Let's bring in our spreadsheet here. And get into where it will show up on screen. If we go to... I don't think I did it on... Did I do it on Tome Quest? No. Miscellaneous. Oh, there they are, right there. Right in the middle of my screen. So if you do the scrying stones in the rainbow circles, then there's a chance that it'll drop one of these training tomes. The training tomes are a kill it type of thing. You have this much time to kill this type of creature. If they're yellow here, it means I have them in my bank, because over the last year, I've gotten one to drop. If they're white here, it means I have not gotten it yet. So I need you can see that they're more likely to drop if they're a neophyte or apprentice. And then as we go down, I have less of them. So I still need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 6. I haven't done the quest yet, but you need the tome to do the quest. So that's why I'm doing it right now. All right, so where are we at? We're at the book quests, tome quests, I call them here, and we've accomplished this one so far. History of the Eredal, Part 1. You can only use these stones a number of times before they begin to fail. Like it'll say you've done too many in the area, and it almost looks like maybe that's what the case right now. Yeah, I think so. Your scrying stone remains blank. You must locate a more active location. I did it once. The Last Stand. The Last Stand is in Thundering Steps. I think the best thing to do would be to take the docks. And then I have to go like I'm going to the ruins of Arsoon, but I want to stay off to the left of that. I was trying to find that guy the other day. There's supposed to be a guy that's Kurt Schilling. It's supposed to be a guy in red, and he was just nowhere around. I couldn't do the quest. The game no longer has any the quests that give you access to places. For the most part, they're gone, but back in the day, you'd have to do a series of quests before you could, for example, before you could go to Enchanted Lands or the Zac. You'd have to do an access quest to get there. And so I'll be doing, they're still in the game even though they don't unlock anything for you. So I'll still be doing those. So I think the Last Stand is right about at this angle. I believe. We'll see. I should have maybe looked it up to save some time, but I think it's a little thing that juts out, and then there's some graves there, and there's a name there sometime, like a general or something. Yeah, this right here where all this debris is. Yeah, so this guy is holding the place of level 30, hey? Do I get my update? I do not. I have never marked that poppy plant in my life. Whoops. I want to find it. I've never even seen it before. Am I right over top of it? A poppy plant. Nah, it doesn't look like a good idea. All right, let's get it. Let's find out where this Last Stand is located. It's in the Thundering Steps. Okay. That was the third one. Let's find our little place to rest here, and then we'll go ahead and read the book. And you can't force anyone to love anything else just because of what they are, except maybe for badgers. They're really mean, and once I got a nasty slice on my arm from one. I'll show you the scar later, but gosh, they're so cute. I totally adore the little pink noses. So even though they're mean, I absolutely love badgers just for being badgers. So does Jesse Pinkton. I have visited several sites and pondered their meaning, reading more of this tome along the way. Soon I shall have enough experience to consider part 3. Oh, doesn't that make you think they're not even going to let me see part 3? Let's see. There's part 3. The only way I'll get in trouble is if I have to go into a dungeon. I have to go Drowning Causeway, which I can pull off. I have to go in Fearrot, but I can fly there. So there's 2 places in Fearrot I have to go. So I can do that. When Luckland shattered, it was pretty awesome. All of Norath had already been through some pretty rough times, and then the biggest thing in the sky suddenly goes kerpow one day. I'm glad I didn't see it, though, because it might have been creepy. I'm sure you heard the story of the duckling that goes around saying, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Or was it a goose? Anyway, was that about the shattering or what? Was it written by a half-elf? True story? We're pretty creative. It's really funny, I think, that the high and mighty high elves now have to live like the rest of us among the mortals. Sometimes I'll sneak over to Crestview Hamlet just to irritate them. They'd rather we remembered our place and stay in the Willowwood. It's funny that we're standing here when the shattering occurred because, ooh, yeah, that dude's trouble. I believe these craters here are from the shattering. Which, if you look up, it's not shattered. It's perfectly intact. That happened a few years ago. They put it all back together. All right, so we're going to... Let's update this on the off chance that somebody watches the stream. All right, we're ready to rumble. Airdall Part 3, we're going to go the Drowning Causeway. So all 3 of these are going to be in the Fearrot. Drowning Causeway, I think, is the dock in Fearrot. Yeah, these take a little bit longer than I thought they would. Although we got a slow start, but should read the book here now that we're on the dock. I'm going to get away from the bell. You see, the Willowwood has been the home of half-elves for a very long time. The humans can be as snobby as the high-elves sometimes, and we half-elves really liked doing things our own way, so we built our little village right there, and it's been great. All right, now I'm going to go the jungle. Probably the damselflies are the only thing that we need to be. These guys are not aggressive, so. All right, we'll read the book. Oh, that guy might be. No. All right, I'm a little jumpy, I guess. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, when the Wood Elves got displaced from Fadark, they came right to us. We like a lot of the same things, although not the same kind of music, but that's okay. We get along fine. Where am I going next? I'm going to alter the 4 cannons. Oh, cannot get over that thing. They did a great job here. I wonder how much work this was when the flying came into the game and suddenly they had to seal up a bunch of textures all over the place. Right, this way. So the Fear Hut's going to be an interesting experience. I'm going to go through and do the quest, but then I'm going to have to betray. If I want to do all the quests, I'm going to have to betray and come back because there's a set of quests for evil aligned and a separate set of quests for good aligned. All right. Is that one of those damselflies? No, that thing saw me. All right, we're going to try to lose this guy. He's still coming after me. Then we're gonna go in and we're gonna touch and go. Touch and go, baby. We're coming in hot. We're coming in hot. We did her. We came in hot. All right. That was our third one. Yep. So we got one of the books done. Great. Close. I'm going to take that off the hot bar now. Destroy? I don't want to destroy it. I just want to clear my hotkey. All right, that one's done. So we get to celebrate with our quest song. We'll probably have to add a quest.
You just finished a quest. Oh yeah. Raise your sword up in the air. Claim your loot and take a rest. In EverQuest, you are the best.
I am not sure how I got behind, but I should be at 1655. So let's adjust that without the boogie woogie tunes. All right, 1655. Next book up. First, update the interface. Next book up, History of the Barbarians. Part 1. I think we started in Antonica for this one. Probably in that crater pond, maybe. Listen to my tale. It is the story of brave men and strong women. I tell you the story of the barbarian people. We are the sons and daughters of Nathaniel Mar, god of valor, and Erilosimar, goddess of love. How could you not like a barbarian? You get the two coolest people in the game. Our name struck fear into the hearts of those who came before us. They were weak while we were strong. Consider Barak, who carried many times 10 of the elves, who swung helpless from his arms as he strode with his mighty axe through their ranks. This is going to be a story of bragging? Okay, we got to go to Crater Pond. In Antonica, right? Yes, there's a big crater in a pond in Antonica. Now, if I put a crater in a pond, I think I might name it Crater Pond. Or look at that rock pond. That probably doesn't look as good on a map, but... Is it early morning here in Antonica? Yes. It's 7:45 in Norath. The sun's coming up. This is Crater Pond. Dude, update my quest. I wanted to land on that rock and have it be a big moment. And they wrecked it. All right, I got to read the book. Where is step 2 of story 1? They said we brought the age of blood, and we did. The weaker trembled to see the children of the Northlands descend upon them. Though we are mighty of height, we can arrive unheard and unseen until it was too late. We can arrive until it was... wouldn't that be? Though we are mighty of height, we can arrive unheard and unseen until it is too late. Visit the collapsed Everfrost tunnel in Blackborough. I wonder if I should go in the front. Nah, yeah, I'll go in the front gates of Blackborough for the collapsed Everfrost tunnel. I believe that's the one up by this is numlock off. What? That's never popped up on my screen before. Numlock is auto run. For those of you who are new to the game, numlock is auto run. I should make a... what would it be? Top 25 things you should know about EQ2 if you've never played before. All right, History of Barbarians, our second racial quest, tome quest that we're doing. We're on chapter 1 of it, or part 1 of it, and right now we are on B. 2 of 3. We're on 1 of 3, part 2 of 3. And it's dark. Let's, in case it happens to be a, what do I want here? I want a glass. No, it's not the, it's the chit. I want the chit, one of the chit bones. Bare bone chit coin. Collapsed Everfrost tunnel, please. Not this one, it's the other one. Oh, embarrassing. And I'm guiding. What? So I'm going to have to swim under. I need a torch in here. Looks like there's some aggro in here. All right, now I should read the book again. Just read. I just go till it dings. It was not any mortal that could stop us. It was not any mortal that could stop us. No. Called they upon Seleucus Row, who needed to change the shape of the world. Even that did not stop us. But by the time we had shown our might to the world and felt no need to go further. But by then, we hadn't shown him. And now the Keep of the No Slayers in Antonica. Keep of the No Slayers. Which one is that? I believe that's the one in the back by the... Alright, let's get to Antonica. I believe it's this one back here. So it's probably going to be closest if I use the Windstalker Highlands landing point. Backside of Antonica, where the world EverQuest II changed for me. where my curiosity turned to passion for the game. For it is in this zone where I got my invitation into a guild that really shaped the experience for me into something that was so positive. That the warm feelings of it are similar to my first prom. All right. We're taking a bet that this is no Slayer Keep. They don't like me here. But can I take on 2 triple ups? Let's see. Now, Eldritch, listen, sir. I just wanted to stop by for a cup of sugar. I didn't mean any trouble. Eldritch is hanging in there. So thanks to Hangar, he's curing me. He's curing me of my hatred for guards. Alright, we hardly knew ye. I didn't want trouble. I wanted to drop down. I wanted to leave. I am getting AA. If you look up here, I do have a star way up here. So I should read the book. I've just killed 2 guards. I'm going to sit around and read a book. That finished that one.
You just finished a quest. Oh yeah. Raise your sword up in the air. Claim your loot and take a rest. In EverQuest, you are the best.
It's an interesting last end of the thing. And then one night, the Mar twins came to Hellas and walked around our fire. They kissed the foreheads of 20 sturdy lads and 20 hardy maidens, then sent them southwards with their blessing. From them came our cousins, the humans. It's really interesting. I mean, if you're a geek, it's really interesting. It's not interesting to me. I'm faking it. It's all an act. It's all an act, but we do have Barbarians Part 1 done here, so we're going to go ahead and add that to the old slay list. Update, please. Great. Now, the next thing we have on our docket is checking my mic. I had a 2.5 hour stream the other day with the mic muted, so I'm just checking my mic. We're going to read History of the Barbarians Part 2. See if they can stump us. I don't like the names here, but I'll push through it. I am Nicole Silverfrost of Clan I can't see the X is in the way. Nicole Bard. Our family has never served as Bard for our clan, for which the Mar twins be praised. Our clan is mighty, though not of Hellas, which has been its fortune in the days of the Relosians. That, I don't think my life is any better having read that. For listen, while the families of the barbarian clans did their respective duties, Gren Silverfrost traveled from our village in Everfrost to sing in Hellas, and it has been he who spied the first of the orcish armies sent to the assault. Okay. So yeah, the barbarians definitely like cold environments. So it makes sense that they talk about Hellas and Everfrost. But having said that, I need to go to the crossroads. I don't know that we're going to stump anybody on where are the crossroads, but if you don't play this game, they're in the Common Lands. They're in the center. They're the main questing hub. And I'm evil aligned, so I don't have to worry about picking up aggro like I did there in the Keep of the No Slayers. It has now been renamed the Keep of the Guard Slayers. All right, part 2, I'm reading the book. Gren sped forth, his anger lending wings to his heels. He saw the orcs burning other villages. He saw them feasting on the fallen. He reached Hellas in time for the gates to be barred from within, to warn the villages, Gren and others as fleet of foot were sent out. Those who fled the villages closest to Hellas were there. Those farthest away removed from other strongholds, and the orcs marched onward, surrounding Hellas. Now I'm going to go to the Hidden Vale, which means I'm going back to Antonica again. Anytime I'm zoning, I want to get a drink of my Diet Mountain Dew. But that's how you run out of Diet Mountain Dew. All right. Barbarians Part 2. I did try to coordinate all the quests so that I could just read all the books and then go to a location and get the updates that they might share with another book. But because you need them at different times, it's just... If anybody can do it, figure out the optimum route, the optimum order to read the books to save the most amount of time, they're going to be a genius. Because AI understood what I wanted, but it couldn't quite pull it off. It would get some things, and then it wouldn't, and I'd have to feed it data, even though it could go to the website I was using, Fandom. It would go to the same website, and it's still... Well, at least our message changed there. These zone servers are crazy slow. But we're playing a game. It's a work day. It's a Friday. I was a teacher. All of my colleagues are dealing with a Friday, a Valentine's Day. There's going to be Valentine's Day parties in some of the rooms. The kids are going to be just going crazy because there's one little change in the day. They're not going to, and then it's going to be too cold for outdoor recess in some places. And that'll age you really fast. It's the Hidden Vale, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, is it that place over? next to, is it this place right here? Okay. My bad. I suspected it might be that place. Over. I was by like the Shattered Veil. I messed up my bales. What you gonna do? What was I saying? Oh, anyway, yeah. At this point of the year, there's this big gap. If you're a teacher, you understand this. There's a big gap between Christmas break and then the next break, which is usually going to be spring break, maybe Easter, but that's not really a break. Anyway, it goes forever. And then on top of that, you add in that period of time is also when typically colds, flus, norovirus, coronavirus, they're all the highest. And then on top of that, you got a couple things like the weather where you can't go outside maybe for even a week. Oftentimes you can't go outside for a week. And kids are like dogs in some way. They have so much energy, you know, they need an opportunity to burn that energy off. I think we'll just go ahead and fight this stuff. We'll fight this one. And then this one. So bless them. I mean, it's the key to not getting frustrated with kids is to realize that they need to burn that energy off. So when we take away their ability to do so, it'd be like a dog, right? Same thing. Where's my update? I'm in the Hidden Veil. You know, I'm just trying to read a book, catch up on my history lessons, and I'm just slaying stuff. When's it? Is he gonna update my location here at some point? Hey, update my location, please. This says Kinos Hills, though. It does not say the Hidden Veil. Interesting. It's as though I have to go right over top the dot. I don't know though. I think something's wrong. We'll see. Now that everything in here, the entire place is dead, we can start running around and seeing if we can trigger this. Oh, not everything's dead. Now everything's dead. Not everything's dead. Maybe it's that little spot right in there. Look at this. Is it like a zone in here? Inspect. It's an old tombstone. It reads, "Here lies Sir Edwin Mott, warrior, legend, friend of Maestro, friend of Iron Toe. May he find fortune beyond." There also seems to be a sort of a keyhole. Interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of, maybe I'm missing something major here. Man, oh man, and grow. Okay, we're gonna get the waypoint for this thing. History of the Barbarians. We are on part 2. The Hidden Vale. The Hidden Vale in Common Lands. Okay. All 3 of these are in Common Lands. How embarrassing. I always picture, is it right here? All right, we're going to the Druid Ring. I always picture the Barbarians as good aligned. The Common Lands doesn't make a lot of sense to me. All right, let's get up here and kind of angle ourselves appropriately. Isn't it wild? I mean, this is kind of a test, a tour, and also crazy how long some low-level quests take to do. I mean, there's the old go kill 8 rats quest, and then there's this crazy thing. Oops, looks like Hidden Vale is on the other side. I was looking at this tree the other day, this little, like, in the middle of nowhere. Did they just say, like, what caused them to put that there? The geography all the way around it is, this is it, right? No, I'm going to have to kill something. All right, there it is. Reading the book. Well, we know this next one is still in the Common Lands because I just saw that. Hallis fell at the end of the long and bitter siege. The Relosians celebrated by slaying the remaining clan chieftains and sending the women and children into the wilds where they were hunted for sport, and yet we still had hope. Pride Lake. We're going to Pride Lake, which I don't have a lot left after failing. I was on the wrong continent. In my defense, there was a Hidden Vale where I was, but I don't even remember seeing the location updating and saying the Hidden Vale. We're going to Pride Lake. There's 2 lakes to pick from. There's this one here, and there's this lake here. There's a small pond up there too, but I'm just dipping my toe in this one. I'm never sure which one is Pride Lake and which one is Humiliated Lake. Humiliated because you picked the wrong one. All right, we're dipping our toe, kids. I read the book next. Yeah, that's the right one. Continue the story. Things are looking up. And that one is done, so we just finished a quest. Oh, yeah.
You just finished a quest. Oh yeah. Raise your sword up in the air. Claim your loot and take a rest. In EverQuest, you are the best.
All right. There wasn't much. I read the text there, but to be honest, it wasn't that exciting. Kind of matches my broadcast, doesn't it? All right, here we go. Save that. We're gonna go Barbarians 3 now, and then that book will be toast. History. All right, here we go. I'm excited to get going on this one. So where we left off, they had just gotten slayed, and then the Relosians came in, which I think are just skeletal orcs, right? The Relosians. It was retribution for all the bloodshed. Was it retribution for all the bloodshed? No one knows. And yet, not long after the Relosians were defeated, the lands began to groan and crack from deep within. Fires burned where there had been ice. Water flowed fast and deep where there it once trickled. I speak of the age of cataclysms, where we saw in one generation the lands change from ice and snow to bogs that stank of decay. Sounds like a locker room, doesn't it? Let's see. Where are we going first? Goblin Pass. We're going to Enchanted Lands. We're going to Enchanted Lands and Goblin Pass. Is that right here? Nope. Is it right here? That's not a location. Is it right here? Oh, we're going to play this game, are we? It must be right here then. No, that's Misty Ridge. It's got to be this, dudes. Nope. Goblin Pass. That? I was thinking maybe it was up by I feel like it should be up there. It is. All right, so we can actually take the horse right to Goblin Pass. Oop, I hear a dog barking. Yep. There's a dog barking. Dogs barking means they woke up. And if they wake up, they come down to find me. And when they find me, they want to go outside.
I greet you.
I hear a dog coming. I hear a dog coming. Did you bust your way in here, Buster Brown? Well, Buster White first. Buster White. Yep. You guys up now? You guys up? This one's Desi. Hey, Des. Des, are you guys up for the day? Yep. All right. How about Izzy? You want to come here? Say hi? And then we'll go outside. And we'll go outside and go potty. How's that sound? And we'll go outside and go potty. Yes, we will. And this one is Izzy. Right, Iz? All right. So let's go outside, huh? We'll let our poor folks who aren't watching sit here. Oh, the camera got frozen. Wasn't gone that long. Camera froze. I was going almost that long, but I had to replug in the camera. It's a dangerous place to be. Oh, for goodness sakes. All right, Goblin Pass. It's here. Boy, I almost have to do this. I don't want a very nice coin purse. These can also spawn heroic guys to come and attack you, which always kind of risky to. Slight opportunity, which means it'll be one of those neophyte books probably that I already have. Initiate. Yeah, I probably have that. Apprentice Marshall. I only need the Marshall ones, so that's why I don't even read them. The fighter class uses Marshall books. Nothing interesting. So the one in Antonica that I did, that scrying area, I got one pull. I think this is my 4th pull from this one. Badly damaged artifact. That's just worth a couple silver. It's not a big deal. And that's it. Going to be it. So we're going to read the Barbarian book here and see what happens next. 3. I didn't read this last time. I kind of missed the first step. We did not have to wait for long. Within seasons, the Relosian army was defeated by a mysterious and deadly poison known as the Green Mist. That's interesting. The Green Mist shows up in Echoes of... No. Rise of Kunark. We retook Hallis and made a bonfire with our enemies' remains. Very nice, but the smell was beautiful. And then we read that last time. Overnight, the entire mountains would slide away, taking with them the houses at their feet. Then all would freeze again into impenetrable ice, as though the changes upon the surface of Norath were not enough. Lucklin shattered in the sky above. Rocks of all sizes fell from like rain. Rocks of all sizes fell from like rain, battering everything in their path. From what we could find, we watched as Hallis fell. Ah, Hallis! Rocks of flame toppled the walls, crushing and burning our ancestral home. It took the terrible shatter of the moon to do what no army could ever hope to do: take and keep Hallis for its own. Short Wine Burrow. Short Wine Burrow. Short Wine Burrow Is he either in Rivervale? I'll be back in a little bit.